Hey, this is Mark Panagoni at Miona Lake Golf Club, and we're going to talk about a little 40-yard shot here. I've got to the green. I'm in the drop area here, and it's a pretty tough shot because it's a very small green. I don't have very much room to land the ball on the green. So I got to make up my mind if I'm going to hit a high pitch shot to the green, or do I want to bump and run one onto the green. And my suggestion would be the first thing I would look at is, how does my lie look? What is the situation my ball is sitting in? And right now, I think the ball is sitting up really nicely on top of the grass. So that tells me it's an easy shot to hit a sand wedge and get that club face on the ball. So I would choose to hit my sand wedge here and try to hit a high shot. So I'll try that first. Now the most important thing about any short game shot is that you make good contact with the ball. Without good contact, you have no idea of how far you're going to hit it, how it's going to react when it lands. So you've got to make good contact first. And that comes from having your weight forward and your hands forward. So the second thing about good contact, well, I should say, the second thing about a shot is you want to know the trajectory. And so on that one, I wanted to hit a high shot. On this one, let's say I got this lie, and it's sitting down a little bit more in the dirt, and it's not the best looking lie in the world. Well, I would much rather hit a low shot where I can keep the handle forward a little longer and hit down on it a little bit more, and I can feel more comfortable getting solid contact with the ball on a ball played back in my stance with my hands forward and kind of hitting down on it a little more. And so when I don't have a good lie, I choose more of a bump and run shot, even though it's not telling me bump and run because of I have very little room on the green to land the ball and make it stop. I can still play a bump and run shot here. I have to land it short of the green, use my imagination, let the ball bounce a couple times and roll up on the green. Now, if I had a great lie like I did a minute ago, maybe in some thick grass like this, I wouldn't hit this bump and run. I would hit a pitch shot. Sometimes you've got to get, take what the course gives you. And right now, it didn't give me the best lie. And therefore, I'm going to have to hit this type of shot. So again, it comes down to whether I have good contact with the ball. And it's more difficult to make good contact when you have a bad lie like this. I'm sitting on dirt almost. So what I'm going to do is take my pitching wedge instead of a sand wedge. And I'm going to play it a little bit more back in my stance, handle forward more, upper body more forward of the ball. And then I'm going to be pretty stiff with my wrists and hit down on it and making sure that I make a divot. Because if my ball is on dirt, then I need to make a swing where my club goes through the ball and into the dirt. So that proves I'm hitting down on the ball. If I don't make a divot with this shot, there's a pretty good chance that it's not going to get airborne. So I've got to make sure I do that. So I get my hands forward, my sternum forward, and really come down on this ball. And so that one didn't end up quite as close as the other one because I hit it too far. I made good contact and I got it on the green. I did control my trajectory, but I did not hit it the right distance. So I tell you what, we can try that again. I get a second shot at it. And this time, since I didn't do a good job on that one, I'm going to put this in my old divot here. All right, so I'll try one more time and make a little smaller swing and let it roll onto the green a little better. And that one got on. All right, so not too bad that time. So step one, you got to make good contact. If you don't have a good lie, to me it's easier to hit down with a bump and run shot than to try to hit a high pitch or flop shot. If you've got a good lie, then you can go ahead and attempt the flop shot. And so the first thing in your priorities on these types of shots is to be able to make good contact with the ball. The second thing is controlling the trajectory. And if you can control the trajectory and you've made good contact, then you'll have some idea of how hard to hit the ball. Without those two things, you know, it's hit and miss, and it's going to be pretty much luck if you get it on the green. So keep that in mind. Contact is foremost on a pitch shot like this or a chip. Secondly, controlling the trajectory, and then third is controlling how hard you swing.